after all that is happening, someone will say the marriage between Ejike and Munachi is at the verge of breaking because they have been arguing a lot lately. There is no love. I mean, the union has no peace, all because of this Ejike's pride and all that. Remember in the last episode, Ejike and Daniel went to meet a prophet, and when they came back, it became an issue. And also on the last episode, Chinwe had to visit Ejike to give Ejike her own peace of mind concerning the mother's burial. On this episode, Ejike and Daniel were just on their way back from the prophet's house. I mean, how can a prophet explain to you what your problem is, including what your plans are, without you telling him what the problem was? That is what Ejike is thinking. Right now, we are beginning to see that, is Ejike beginning to think that Daniel is leading me astray? Because the way he's acting now is what the prophet said to him is really getting to him at this point. And he's explaining to Dan that, at this point, I think I'm just going to let all these things lie because it's affecting my business. I've not been at the office. My business is suffering. I've been going to the village here and there, all because of my mother's burial. And coming from the prophet and telling me all this, I think I just need to let it go. Dan is bent on leading Ejike astray, and he's never going to stop until he achieves it. He began to tell Ejike, are you telling me that you want to give up? Why would you want to give up right now? You cannot give up and allow these people to win. You are courageous, the billion. You have money. And Ejike was telling Daniel, it's not about the money. It's not about, I know that I'm courageous, the billion, and I'm not ready to allow anybody to win. You know, nobody can win me. But the thing is, I just need to leave this thing for now. Let me focus on my business because a lot is going at stake right now. And Dan is still insisting that Ejike should go to the village and arrest all the youth. Can you even imagine? And Ejike is now asking Daniel, do you know how many youth? If I go to the village to arrest any of the youth, all the other youths will gang up. Do you think it's just the few that beat me up? Daniel never thinks before trying to give Ejike advice because he has no good plans towards Ejike. At this point, Ejike, I think he's learning his lesson. If he continues like this, the whole thing will be sorted out. Chinwe came back from the city and there was no key for her to enter inside the house, so she went in search of the auntie. While the auntie was trying to fetch water from the well, the auntie now saw Chinwe coming close and asked Chinwe, where are you coming from? You have not been around. Where did you go? She went to the Ejike to give Ejike her own peace of mind concerning the mother's burial. That if Ejike refuses to come and do what the elders have told him to do so that the mother can be buried, that she is going to denounce the family. She will perform the rites so that because she's not ready to die and she's not ready to lose her own child too because Ejike is stubborn and has refused to bury the mother. All this is going to happen if the villagers decide to bury the mother on their own. And the auntie was now like, I know what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from, but you need to understand that you and Ejike are committing the same crime. They both of you abandoned your mother. The only difference is that you don't have money. But Ejike had money to have helped your mother, but he didn't. So your mother still died like somebody who never had a child. So instead of you going to fight Ejike up and down, you need to have peace. You need to make peace with Ejike so that your mother can be buried. I mean, the auntie is really making a lot of sense right now because all this fight here and there is not going to help. And the mother's corpse is lying there, not being buried and all that. Is not even nice that all this is happening when the mother had children like this, grown-up adults. I wish Mama is not even dead, that she's just somewhere watching all this drama going on. Because at the end of the whole thing, I'm thinking that Chinwe will make peace with Ejike, even though the two of them are fighting right now. This whole thing might just end up in peace. But you know, this whole thing is affecting Munachi a lot. And Munachi is thinking a lot concerning this marriage. Did I really make a mistake in marrying Ejike? What kind of marriage is this? And then Ejike walked inside the house. And you know that Munachi is not wrong as a housewife to ask the husband, you have not been around, where did you go to? Because the husband never told her where he was going. Instead of him to answer when Munachi asked him where he's coming back from, he wanted to now slap Munachi. I think this Ejike is really proving to Munachi that this saying that says when once a man hits you, he's going to hit you over and over again, that is not going to change. Ejike is one of those men that has proven that this thing works the way they have said it, which is not even nice. Why would you want to keep raising your hands on your wife every single time you people have a little argument? It's not even nice. And Munachi is suffering in this marriage. What for? All because she made a sacrifice because she loves you. Is this how to treat your wife? And Munachi has warned Ejike never to lay his hands on her anymore. She only loves Ejike, and it's only right for Ejike to tell her where he's going because they are married. And of course, that is what married men and women do. Just in case something happens, they can know where to locate you. That is the importance of marriage. But Ejike has decided to cut communication between Munachi and him. And now Munachi has said that if this is what you want and you don't want me to get involved in your issues, then we'll just go ahead and cut the communications. Because she's suffering at this. And Ejike kept on nagging and saying all sorts of things to Munachi. I just wonder what Munachi is going to do after all this that is happening. Because it's enough for her to just call off the marriage. I mean, a lot of women will not endure all this that she's enduring in this marriage. I know it will be her mistake because she saw the red flag and decided to still marry Ejike, probably because of love or sacrifice. But then she can still walk out of the marriage and nothing will happen. Alright? And then she had to just excuse herself and go upstairs and told Ejike to get out if that is what he wants. And Ejike was not like, Daniel told me not to get married to Munachi, but I refused. I still went ahead to marry this woman. And now look at the way she's treating me. That if she tries it again, he's going to send Munachi out of the house. Remember that Munachi is an independent woman. Even if Ejike decides to send Munachi out of the house, Munachi is going to still survive and get someone else that will marry her because she is a good woman. Based on the fact that Munachi loved Ejike so much, she couldn't sleep at night. She still had to wake up Ejike at night just to have a conversation concerning the mother's burial because she is concerned. Their marriage is suffering because of all this. And then Ejike woke up. Munachi, what is it? And Munachi started telling Ejike, I want to have a conversation with you. All this that is happening, I understand that your ego is getting in the way, but I know what is going on. But why can we just go to the village and beg your people so that we can make peace, so that we will bury Mama? Because this whole thing is disturbing this marriage. Can't you see we are suffering? We have been arguing a lot lately and it's not even healthy. And Ejike, instead of him to listen to what Munachi has to say, he went on by saying, is this the reason why you woke me up? That is, you woke me up because of this nonsense. That if you are tired of going to the village, you should stop going to the village. In fact, nobody called you. And Munachi now told Ejike, I am your wife. To be there to support you. Besides, I love that. I had a little relationship with Mama before she died. So it's good for me to be there when she's buried, just for me to pay her the last respect. And Ejike told Munachi never to wake him up for this kind of nonsense conversation again. The question is, what kind of marriage is this? Because I think this is becoming a failed marriage. It's becoming a wrong marriage, to be honest. Because Munachi is trying her best to help Ejike as a wife, but Ejike seems not to even accept anything that Munachi is doing to help ravage this situation. The question is, should Munachi stop giving Ejike advice concerning the mother's marriage? It will be wrong of her to do that. But let me know in the comment section what you think about what Ejike is doing to Munachi and what you think Munachi should do at this point concerning Mama's burial. Ejike might just listen to Munachi, but then his ego is still another problem. But we'll get to find out on the next episode. If you have not liked the video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. And with that being said, I will see you on the next one. Take care.